It's very hard for me to detach myself from the desire of wanting to reach the ideal version of anything in what I do, especially in art. I will give the example that I me personally, like, I'm really familiar with this, like, in making music. you know I have an I have inspirations. Everybody has their own inspiration. I have inspirations too. I want to, like, back in the day, back in, like, in high school, when I was, like, starting out making music. um I don't find, like, want to be the ideal version of that I desire is a problem. you know like, um I like rap. I used to like rap. Um I used to like rap music, like real rap music, like, you know and then I want to be the figure, for example, Juice World. Like, I want to be like Juice. I used to want to be Juice World so bad. So, like, I replicate um, anything from him, and then when I finally produced the result, I was, like, really happy, and I didn't find, like, a problem. And then, as I grow older, you know, I graduate from high school and everything. I find, like, want to be like the ideal version of what I want is, like, kind of a threat for my creativity. And, like, as you, like, might think, it, like, totally makes sense. Like, because, you know I want to I wanted to be like myself, but realizing that I cannot be fully myself, like, it's threatening me. Like, yes, I have inspiration, but I feel like I want to limit myself so that I can learn to be myself. But if I, be myself fully, like, it doesn't comfort me, because I don't really, like, to be honest, I don't really like the the original version of myself. Like, I want to incorporate with other traits from other figures or artists that I admire. So the problem is, so the point what I'm talking is, like, um the problem at what I'm talking is, I want to, like, I really want to fully detach myself from the desire of wanting to be the ideal version of myself by copying other people or just incorporating other people. Because I think this is a problem, because, I feel like I'm not really comfortable with my own ideas sometimes, even often, like, you know I cannot be comfortable with my own idea. For example, if I'm making music, I am highly inspired by Mike and Earl Sweatshirt. I want my beat to sound like them, you know most, like, not like exactly, but, like, I want to just sound like them. And then my flow, I am highly influenced by them. My lyricism are highly influenced by them. And in the process of like growing up with this kind of thought, this kind of fleeting thought, because I used this thought always came to me whenever I feel like, oh, I think there is no like my contribution in my own music, because I feel like this whole thing I am making is not like myself. It's like it is like I am controlled by my desire to be like them, to be like my idols, like. So sometimes I just notice you know the time where I have to like, okay, I think I'm gonna stop this. How can I improve this track, for example, with adding my my own taste, my own touch. But as soon as I try to improve it with my with my own decision, with my own taste, with my own element, I feel like this is like bad. I always feel like bad. I don't think it's just bad, it's more complex than that, but I just feel like I don't think this is like for me. So it's very hard for me to, so even though like experimentation is something that I am really like, I'm always like passionate about the idea of experimenting with art, in art. But when I try to like, try to practice, try to implement what should, an experimentation be, I'm always afraid. I don't know why. I don't know why. So yeah, most of my music I made was most of my music, most of my songs I made were highly influenced by these people in that particular time. I was really influenced. So yeah, I think that is my problem. So like I don't know how to address this problem, how to approach this problem. Yeah, I always feel like my approach is bad. I always feel like my way of thinking or my taste is always like weird. In a simple way to deal with this kind of thought, I think just to like think that the feeling of weird or cringe of my own idea is probably because I'm not really familiar with it, whilst in the like in the other hand, like I am really familiar with my idols more than my own ideas, even my own self, so like I think that's a problem for me. Yeah, I think that's it.